What's your ranking on your favorite chess site, and what openings do you like playing the most? I am on light chess. I'm around. I play. I My favorite is to play like 3 minute games. So I think that's a blitz. I fluctuate around a 1500, which is embarrassing, for people who are really really good. I'm not the smartest guy. I'm okay, but I'm not as smart as great chess players. So I'm around a 1500 for 3 minute games, which is what I focus on. And I guess that averages in my ranking, I think, for my 1 minute games, which I also like to play sometimes, but most of the time it's three. And I think my ranking's about the same for bullet, which I'll play like 5 minute, I think. But I've been playing so much 3 minute that's my focus. Um, Openings. Oh, you're gonna make me. It's been so long since I've focused on the names of them. Um, I move on when I play white. I move the queen's pawn up 2 spaces, and then um, the oh my gosh, what is the name of that opening? Um, Sicilian. I play the Sicilian. I play Sicilian when I play black. Um, oh, it's killing me. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to take up everyone's time with this, but I can't think of the name. It's an aggressive opening. I like aggressive play. I like to try to open up the board rather than play a closed game. So, um, anyways, we'll move on. Sorry, I couldn't answer that better. You often speak of inventory when talking about a market, especially crude. What do you mean by that? Well, maybe I'll draw this out here. So, and it's not specifically crude oil. That may just be random that you've heard me talk about that when talking about crude oil, but that's all markets. So let's say that there is 1 million participants who are going to trade, let's say the ES that day, who are at a desk or monitoring a feed or whatever that could potentially make trade decisions that day. Otherwise, they don't count because they're not going to impact the market. Well, let me expand that, and we don't have to get too technical here, but it could be other people who are already in the market who maybe have stop orders in. They could participate even though they're not monitoring. Okay, so all those people who could potentially participate in the market. Let's say there's 1 million of them, because guess what? It's not unlimited. There's only a certain groups of people who are potentially going to trade it on any given day. So, in terms of inventory, I don't know if this example is going to be good or not, but this is the first thing that came to my head when I saw this question. Let's say we have 2 barrels of inventory. This is long inventory, and this is short inventory. Maybe we could do, an open space here. That's maybe we should have 3. Anyways, I'll just go through this one step at a time, I guess. Um, you know, what could this market, to give you an extreme example? Remember, we have 1 million participants. So, what's the max fill capacity of each of these? It's 1 million, right? That's the fill line. Do not fill past here. So, what if this market had 1 million people, who are filled up in the long bucket? The inventory was literally 100% long. What might that market have trouble doing? What might that market do next? And the answer is very, very clear, or it should be if you understand markets. If everyone's long, there's literally no one who is capable of buying, right? Consider they're maxed out for whatever risk they like taking, or they've maxed out their buying power, or whatever, right? that market is like probably going to crash. I don't know. This is an extreme example. It's never going to happen. But this does happen in terms of more normal ways, right? Where maybe it's all of a sudden, 60 or 70%. I don't know, right? Are long. That market needs to go down. If I haven't said that yet, to be clear, everyone is bought who is already bought who could buy. Therefore, once you are a buyer and you're long a market, what are you? What's your next action? No matter what, if it's a profitable trade, losing trades, scratch, whatever, what's your next action? To sell some or all of your position. Therefore, that's a downward pressure, whether passively or actively, whether you place a limit order or whether you hit a bid. So the market's going to go down and the market's going to find it pretty much impossible to go up. So there you go. That's inventory. So when you see a lot of people get long or a lot of people get short, that's inventory. What is the market currently? How is the market as a whole in terms of all those 1 million participants? How are they positioned? And we can use things like order flow and the principles of auction market theory and whatnot to give us an indication. We can never know for sure, but we can get an indication based on just understanding markets of what this might look like. I don't believe in overnight inventory. I don't think that's a thing anymore. And I've never seen, it should be a very simple statistic. And I've never seen someone show any form of statistic of overnight inventory. What is the origin of NADRO? Did you create it on your own or did someone teach it to you? So NADRO is the culmination of learning a bunch of different things from a bunch of different people. Um, I suppose some of it you could say is just things that I morphed into, on a very original way. Um, but even that, like I have a hard time taking a lot of credit because the way I use a particular tool, well, some book or something I saw online or on a forum or here or there or whatever, you know, said use this, and then I used it like that, unoriginally, and then maybe I evolved it into kind of my own. And so, it NADRO as a whole is certainly what I created, but the bits and pieces of it are from all kinds of different resources and people and whatnot. So, for example, rhythm is something that I would mostly attribute to something I learned in, I don't know, 2007 on a thread on Forex Factory, um, on this MACD trading system by this South African guy. I used to love to listen to him. Um, I'm trying to think of his name. Oh, Phil Nell. Yeah. Really just wonderful gentleman. Great. Anyways, I don't know how good that system ultimately is, but that system taught me to think about the ebbs and flows of the rotations in markets. Um, a big, 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 like 50% on average of my narrative component is going to come from market profile. Did I create market profile? Did I learn how to look at value areas? No, that's, all those godfathers. I think Don Jones in particular is most important to me. And then, of course, I learned a lot from, Jim Dalton and Steedlemeyer and whatnot.